Everybody. So today is the seventh day of the month. Let's get into the seventh chapter of Proverbs, okay? This is your spiritual nugget. So chapter 7 is it warns against seduction and being immoral and getting involved in immoral relationships, okay? So if you ain't married to somebody, you don't need to be involved, right? Because what happens is that it causes you to get tempted and to do things that put you at risk, physically and spiritually. All right. So there is a story that's told in this chapter by Solomon to his son, and he talks about this seductive woman luring this man. All right, and she uses pervasive words, enticing behavior. So she was very seductive. Y'all know how these women can be sometimes, men too. All right, but in a lot of these stories, wisdom is a woman and seduction is a woman. So people just look at, okay, see, they ain't talking about me, and they talk. So you don't want to be, so when they talk about wisdom, so you don't feel no kind of way about that. So only women have wisdom. I know a lot of men ain't just gonna say that. So the everything uses the voice of a woman. Okay. So when we look at seduction, we look at the women, all right? And this was a different time. So people weren't very honest about their behaviors, okay? So people were getting stoned, and it was other people that should have been stoned too, all right? So this is a time where only men was getting favored, all right? So but they was doing a lot of the stuff too. And so there was even a story in the Bible where all these men brought this woman who was in an adulterous situation. So they just brought her because she was doing what she wasn't supposed to be doing, but she clearly wasn't doing it by herself. But nobody brought the man, they just brought the woman. All right. And so Jesus was like, y'all really out here gonna just accuse her and then bring the other part. Okay, so there are two parts, but sometimes there are people that are enticed by someone else. Okay, so in this story, it is the woman that is the enticer. Okay, and she's called so she was called seductive, and she was called adulteress, because that meant she had another person. Okay, some people out here in these streets, I was in a live where somebody was talking about being in the streets with other people, and is that okay? Okay, I've kind of got off the subject, but not really, but you know what I mean. So anyway, when this man decided to go with this woman, the description was like the consequences of his behavior was like the oxen going to the slaughter. Okay, so the oxen wasn't coming back, right? So this proverb emphasizes the importance of wisdom, discernment, and self-control. What? Self-control, which we all need. A popular verse in this chapter is for chapter 7 is verses 2 through 3. Keep my commandments and live, and my laws as the apple of thine eye. Bind them upon thy finger, write them upon the tables of thine heart. Okay, so this is a verse. We need to cherish the words of God, right? We need to keep them in our minds, meditate on them, process them, write them down, talk to other people about them like I'm doing. Okay, because every day I'm reading Proverbs, I know that I'm growing. Right, I'm growing in wisdom and in stature as Jesus did, and you are too. If you're following me and listen to these proverbs every day, you're growing in wisdom and stature too. So we're growing together. So I'm always going to give you an affirmation at the end of this, right? So the affirmation for chapter 7 is, I honor wisdom by keeping God's truth close to my heart. I am guided by discernment and protected from temptation. Ain't no temptation gonna come this way and I ain't got no way out. Because God said he'll always give you a window of escape. Sometimes you be going through stuff. Listen, you be going through stuff and you be like, I was in this and it was like I just felt like I felt so pressured to just do it. No, he always gives you a window of escape. Okay, you will never go through something and there won't be a window, a cracked door. It's gonna always be a way out of that situation. So we have to look for those. Okay, when we're enticed, because women get enticed too with some fine men out here that will make women want to do some things, right? Because women are so liberated nowadays, they want to just do all the things the men do. And so when that happens, we have to say, Where is the escape door? This man is fine. I need a way out of here. I can't I can't do what I want to do. My mind's telling me no. Okay, you got to be like, don't listen to your body. Okay, don't be like R. Kelly. All right, you all. This is your spiritual nugget. Everybody, because I'm going left. Everybody. Later.